Hello and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Sunday reading for you. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. Today is the 15th of November. My last check was till today. So, today, the next process of this check for the collective Divine Masculine in this collective twin flame will be from today, the 15th, until the 25th of November 2020. I am on purpose, ladies and gentlemen. I'm taking these couple of days because we get to see the energies more clearly rather than taking a little bit more longer time. So, on purpose, I'm taking these next 10 days for this energy check so that we can actually work with this energy as we get into the process of understanding what is happening in this collective twin flame with the divine masculine. Okay, now, guys, over here, my last reading, I believe, had told you that he was in the state of temperance or balancing, right? Which happened during the 11:11 portal. So, this energy is after the portal of what is happening to him now and what is the changes, what is the transitions, the transformations after the 11:11 portal that happened in the collective twin flame connection. Okay, let's move into the reading. Now, you can see the number of cards I've got already on the table. Um, this is the head, heart, and the environment, of course. But before we move into the head, heart, and environment, guys, I will want to talk first about the 5D. Okay, let's look at the 5D because until we know what's happening in the 5D, we will not be able to relate the energies in the 3D as well. So we need to see both. Okay. Now, having said this, guys, after the 11:11 portal, that was a massive portal. Okay, as I understand from my readings, not only in this collective twin flame, but even with the astrological zodiac sign readings that I normally do as well. It's been a change for everybody in general, man or a woman, doesn't matter. But this change has been huge, huge. A lot of things are moving out of everybody's life. A lot of new changes are coming in. A lot of new transitions are happening. So the same implies in the divine masculine collective reading as well in here. Now, having said this, the Moonology card talks about the divine masculine. The end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. Okay, so we're just talking about all that issues, all those stories, all the collective junk that had been sitting in the divine masculine's picture, I would say. It's coming to an end. That's full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Beautiful. Okay, so whatever he has been going through, this is again a major transition, a major transformation, a major change in his attitude, in the way he thinks, and the way he does stuff from now on. It's the end of a tough cycle that he has been going through, even in his personal life. Even in his personal life, right? Okay, so I said, okay, what about the end of a tough cycle? And I wanted to see the astrological part of the story in here for him. Okay, so I've got two cards in here, guys, with regards to this movement from now until the 25th of November 2020. The first card in astrological part of the story, he's got the moon or the soul, okay, which is the high priestess, kind of an energy that he has in the soul at this point and going. So whatever the junk that had been sitting in the soul with regards to the story, with regards to this twin flame connection is ending. the end of a tough cycle, that is talking about all the all the dreams of the soul he had, you know, when he is also the dark night of the soul. Because you see, the shadow work is also important for this man in here. With the moon and the soul, it's talking about the dark night of the soul. Guys, I get a feeling from all these cards that he hasn't slept well for many nights, because it is that energy of the dark night of the soul which keeps you awake in the night, where your brain is kind of functioning while you're just lying motionless, but you are in that semi awakened state, where your mind is constantly working throughout the night. And that's the dark night of the soul, where you're getting the enlightenment of your mistakes, of your past stories, of whatever has gone wrong, how you can correct that stuff, getting that enlightenment through that dreams, through those dark areas of the night when there is nobody there and silence prevails, you know. And that's the dark night of the soul, where all the memory has been stored for this man of the past that he has been working with, which could also include his inner child issues, which could include the devil energy, the toxicity, the codependency, the fears, the narcissist behavior, everything, the manipulations, whatever that he has gone through in the past, people, which is where he is bringing in the enlightenment of the new wisdom, of his new shelter, how comfortable he feels with you, divine feminine, how nurtured he feels when he is with you, or he can feel your presence with him. And there is a deep love that is connecting both these people together in the soul when he is doing that dark night of the soul work within himself, people. So this is where the tough cycle that he had been going through, where he hadn't really paid attention to the story first, where he was in a different place maybe, or he did not have the energy to do this work of the dark night of the soul to clear the junk. And the deep love, the deep commitment of love that he feels for you, divine feminine, is absolutely just bringing tears into my eyes, is all I can say. Okay, so this is where the end of the tough cycle approaches, when he's getting back his wisdom, when he's learning to accept his mistake, when he's putting everything in the right place in the soul. The soul is the very important area where there has been a lot of fear, lot of terror, lot of dread, lot of illusions, no clarity, where the soul was not permitting him the wisdom of his thoughts, because everything is interconnected within us, people. Okay, so this is a beautiful cycle that is ending, and this is a cycle that is ending, and a beautiful cycle that is beginning with this Moonology card in here, guys. And after that, the card I received is the body, or the first house, card number 25. This is the Fool energy. Okay, this is the Fool energy, where this man, the divine masculine, as he is growing enlightened, as he is becoming wise with regards to the story of love, his entire appearance is also changing. Where he might have not been feeling well before, he might have had a lack of energy before. Everything is changing. Everything. The way he's coming across things, his attitude, his goals, his mission, his ambition, everything is changing, because a new beginning is happening within him, which is attracting back new projects into his life, new start of something in the tangible world, which could be his body, that he is going for a complete TLC with his appearance. The way he looks, the way he behaves, the way he comes across to people, the way he projects himself, and also the face that he shows to the world is real because that is who he is. So this is the enlightenment from all the deception, from all the facade, from all that has happened before, guys. This is a complete change of his own self in here. Complete change. And this is what I wanted to see, because it's very important for us to know, you know, that where things are moving from now onwards. So this complete cycle change in the 5D people is a beautiful transformational energy in this man in here. Okay? And going forward too. So whatever that clearance, whatever that the junk he had been holding, whatever the problems he had been facing within himself, more so, it's within himself in the soul. That cycle is ending for him. The universe is opening the door once again for him to move forward. They are letting him go from that old junk. They are letting him go from the old garbage. They are letting him go from the old behavioral pattern, from the old appearance, and they are telling him, yes, you are ready to move forward. They are giving him the permission because he too is giving himself the permission to move. Understand that. It happens both ways. The free will, the body or the first house, also mentions and talks about your free will. See, guys, it is a story here that you might get a lot of things in life. Okay, this is what I understand. But if you want those beautiful things, you have to give yourself the permission to accept your defeat and head towards your success. That permission should come from your body, from your appearance, from your state of mind, from your attitude, from your emotions, from everything that surrounds you as a person of whole. That is the free will. So here is the free will that he is permitting himself, and the universe is giving him the permission to move forward with regards to his dreams, ambitions, everything that he wants to now manifest. They are letting him out of the old story. And this is a beautiful clearance of the old energy. And until the universe permits you to move, you will not be able to move, because that means you haven't given your permission to the universe. So here it is. He has given his permission to the universe, and that is where the universe is saying, okay, now is the time. Go forward. We are letting you open the doors. We are opening the doors for you. We are letting you move out. Okay. Now, the bottom of the deck, before I move forward, the bottom of the deck for the Moonology says your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. So what they are doing before they let him move, and during this portion in time as well, guys, they are also testing how committed he is to the cause of moving forward, to the cause of his own appearance, to the cause of the new start. His commitment is being tested. They are putting him through a rough patch because they are allowing him to move forward. But before they allow him to move forward, they are also testing his commitment. He is going through a test of time. The bottom of the deck for the astrological part of the story, guys, is he's got South Node, he's got North Node. Can you imagine? He's got two nodes in here. Okay, the North Node is the truth, the canvas, and for which he is now preparing. And the South Node is the life debt. That's his old karma. So there is a big karmic cycle that's ending, guys. A big karmic cycle. With the South Node in here, guys, it's the Ten of Stone energy. Okay, where there is ending, the closing of doors, the new beginnings. There could be some shocking loss for him as well, but then comes a fresh start. Okay, 42, 41. Can you imagine? This is where he is going, to the North Node, his life purpose, because of the Mercury. Now, again, over here, guys, this ending and beginning of a huge karmic path that he had been following before is completely moving out, completely changing because of the Mercury retrograde that has now finished off on the 12th. Okay, where the old grief, sorrow, blocks he had is all moving out. He has learned his lesson, he has understood. So there is a huge cycle change that is moving through this man's life from the 15th until the 25th November 2020. Beautiful energy, guys. I mean, I was shocked. And you see, when I channel real time, I don't see the cards, I get the cards. When I lifted the card and I saw the North Node, I was like, wow, I had only seen the South Node. I had not seen the North Node. So when I lifted it, that's when I saw the two nodes in here, which is completely a complete change of his direction in life from the old karmic trench. Okay? A complete close and a new beginning in here that is manifesting, where his commitment towards the new beginning is also being tested. It's a test of time for him that he is also going through, people. Okay. Now, let's move into the Akashic. The first card out is the King of Forces. This is a beautiful card. This is, it's a presence of a man. This is where he's coming to. It's a presence of a man who has very powerful and positive energy. And he comes with good intentions. He comes with gentleness, with honesty that resonates from him. Okay, so this is the energy, guys. This is the energy that he is getting into. Okay, very tender, very honoring towards everything, understanding things in life in the right way, understanding his past mistakes. See, we all make mistakes, guys. We all make mistakes in life. If anybody says I haven't, they are lying. Okay, we all make mistakes, but the situation is when you know your mistakes and you're now ready to correct it. You're now ready to accept your defeat and honor your own new beginning and honor your own path. That is where universe is going to give you back your strength to honor what you have to honor now. In a very positive, in a very gentle, in a very tender way, to understand you, divine feminine, in the right way. You know, I mean, this King of Forces energy is so beautiful, so beautiful. The next card we have with the King of Forces is the Akashic Library, or card number 2, okay, which is also the High Priestess kind of an energy in here. And this is telling you, divine feminine, divine masculine, that the divine masculine has moved deeper into the Akashic record to a higher self awareness. Okay, so it is understanding of the old motives and understanding of the new purpose. It is the time of heightened intuition, because I told you it's the High Priestess kind of an energy, as well as a lot of self creation. Okay, a lot of self creation in here as well. So, with this card, it says anything can happen now. Okay, the breadth of the landscape before you is resting on your imagination, divine masculine, and on your will to do it. So, whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever you're trying to work on, whatever that new goal you are setting on, the new project in life that you are looking at, anything can happen, provided you are committed to the fact, provided you stick to your honoring path, provided you do the work with honesty integrity, and total tenderness, compassion, and dedication in here. Okay, so it's a beautiful energy of the Akashic record, people. I mean, I'm so happy to see this. Now, the next card out with the Akashic is the cycle, the new beginning. Look, okay, you can't make all this up, guys. You can't. Okay, so this is the new, anything can happen. So, whatever he's putting his mind into now, whatever that focused energy that he is dedicating to that story, in order to bring this creation of his will and dreams into focus, this is the new beginning. Anything can happen. Whatever, like whatever, if he, it's the Midas touch, it's a story of the Midas touch. If he touches anything, it turns into gold. He's getting that touch. He's really getting into that touch of the Midas, of King Midas. Okay, so this is the beautiful start, and this is where he is having to dedicate, put his energy, work with a lot of focus, be committed to the cause, because he's got that beautiful golden touch at this point in time. Okay, next comes the animals, or this is for me, coming in contact with not only pets, animals, but also with unconditional love towards people, towards himself, towards anything that he loves. Okay, this new beginning is changing him towards tenderness, towards compassion, towards honesty, being loving, being gentle, being kind. Okay, this is the Midas touch. This is a complete new beginning, which is telling him, lighten your load, don't carry the old burden on your shoulder anymore. That's what the universe is telling him. Leave all the old past behind, because you're ready to be King Midas. You're ready to become the king. You're ready to become the divine emperor. You're ready to become the divine masculine now, because you're getting into the energy, so you don't need to carry the old baggage on your back anymore, which is the wisdom. Card number 28 breaks down to 10 building blocks. Okay, he's coming back to the fact where he is waking up to restart his own life once again. He's building the blocks slowly. His wisdom is telling him to move, to ascend, to build himself, to touch the stars. To touch the stars, people. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, this is such a wise energy that I'm getting out of this man in here, guys. That there can be nothing better. The tenderness, the compassion, the love. And he really doesn't need that old baggage of BS on his back anymore. That's going to end, because universe is going to throw that off his back and allow him to move up, allow him to ascend, allow him to become the divine masculine. With the Fool card ready to take that leap, the carefree spirit, with less burdens, less baggage, less emotions of the past in him that created a lot of turmoil. He's building back his life, the new beginning of tenderness, of compassion, the will and the dedication to be focused on the project that he's now ready to work on to bring that to fruition in here. The bottom of the deck for the Akashic, guys, is, oh my god, I didn't see this. Hold on. On track and wishes fulfilled. This is he's getting back on the journey of his wish fulfillment, guys. He's coming back on track to make his dreams come true. He's coming back on track to bring the Nine of Cups, all the goodies that he had missed out previously from his own life because he did not do things in the right way. Okay, so wish fulfillment, that is what he's working towards. That is his project that he wants to complete, that he wants to end the tough cycle, that he wants to move away from all the old behavioral patterns of being a complete different person than what he is becoming today. Now, the bottom of the deck for this oracle, the quantum oracle, guys, is the spirit card, angels of the fourth direction. He's got two spirit cards, one after the other, intuition and manifestation, where the universe is helping him to build back his dreams, the wish fulfillment once again. Beautiful. It, you know what? This energy is just kind of so beautiful, so wonderful, so magnificent that I can only say this. Really, I can only say this. The bottom of the other oracle deck, guys, is life purpose and strength. Look, he's getting back his strength to build back his life. The purpose of his life, what he has come here on this planet for, what he now wants to do, what he now wants to work on. Universe is granting him his wish, guys, is all I can tell you. They have started to work on him very, very objectively now because they really want him to move, towards manifesting his own wish fulfillment. Universe wants to see him happy now. Let me tell you that. Universe wants to see him happy now. The bottom of the deck for the wisdom is the fork in the road. Okay, so and look at the building block. So what it is that he is not going to work on this anymore. He's not going to work. He's working on himself. He's not working on the crossroad situation anymore. He's not. He's getting ready to move out of the crossroad situation because now he is working for himself in the 5D. In the 5D, he wants to bring back everything in the right way in the 5D so that this energy can move past the 5D and come down to the 3D. When 5D is giving you permission, guys, that's when 3D will allow you to move. But if the 5D blocks you, the 3D cannot open the door for you. Simple. Okay. Now, let's move into the rest of the reading, guys. Okay. Now, before I move, the overall theme for the heart, for the head, heart, and environment is new vitality and throat chakra. I'm taking both cards. He's getting back the power of communication again. That's the theme. Okay, for the overall picture in here. Throat chakra and vitality, card number 1 in here. He wants to come forward, talk to you, communicate with you. That's the theme. For the head, heart, and environment, it's the overall theme of the new vitality that he's getting back with regards to communication, and the overall theme, again, for the head, heart, environment, guys, is the child or the new beginning of his fortune in here. And the next card is the coffin, where he's putting things down the drain. Okay, to start fresh, to start totally fresh, to move into a new communication, to move into a place of bringing back harmony, health, wealth, vitality in here as the fresh beginning with the Fool card or the body card, guys, which is the overall theme of the entire reading in here for you. Okay, this is, I've been doing this reading for so long, you know that. Okay, but this kind of an energy, I don't remember having got it, really. Now, this is what it is. The bottom of the theme, the bottom of the deck for the theme on this oracle is Death card. Okay, a huge transformation, a huge change. Okay, from this man in here towards the diamond ring. Can you imagine? This is the oracle card, the intuitive oracle card in here. So this is the entire change of the picture in the twin flame connection, where there is a proposal, an engagement, a promise, a marriage, a union from this man with the death card that shows a complete change, a transformation in his own energy, in the overall theme for the head, heart, and the environment in here. Wow, even I didn't see this. Oh my god. Even I didn't see this, ladies and gentlemen. But it's a beautiful theme. Beautiful, beautiful theme in here. Okay? That's all I can tell you because this kind of a theme has totally shook me up as well. Because, like I said, when I get the cards, I get the cards, but I don't check. I channel the energies real time. Okay, now before I move forward, ladies and gentlemen, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 decks, which is the devil energy. So this is what is clearing away from the story in here. The old devil energy. The old devil, which is bringing back the new vitality, which is bringing back the new appearance, which is bringing back the fresh beginning, which is bringing back the new strength, the new life purpose, the new courage, the wish fulfillment, where angels are coming forward to close the old karmic chapter, to begin a new karma in his life, is the entire story in here, ladies and gentlemen. Is the entire story in here. All right. Now, let's move into the main reading before I tell you anything more. Okay. Hold on, guys. Okay. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. That's all I can keep saying. It is so beautiful. Okay. Oh boy. You guys have gone through an entire life of struggle and hardship and misunderstanding and miscommunication and all the stories that has gone completely wrong before is re-establishing itself in the right way. Now, before I move into the head energy, guys, okay, the theme I've asked for is joy and stability with pathway, which is talking about the divine masculine's theme in the head. I've given you the overall, but this is the particular one for the head energy, okay, which is a complete change of focus from being in a state of isolation, from being sad, lonely. He's coming back to the fact that he now wants to enjoy life, bring back joy and stability, for which he's opening the door to his own freedom in the head, where he was all tied up before, where he was all entangled in the 8 of Sword, the 9 of Sword kind of an energy. More so I would say the devil and the 8 of Sword, where he was trapped, self-sabotaging his own thought, or other people had been influencing him so much that he had not been able to open his mind. So now he is kind of going to be in a little bit of a panic mode at times because he is opening the door. But what the universe is telling him is seek your truth as well now. This is the time. Your truth is your joy and stability, and you need to find your liberation. You need to find your freedom. You need to move in the right direction. That is the overall theme for the head energy here, guys. Okay, beautiful. Now let's delve more into the head energy here. Okay, so before I begin, the first card out again in the headspace, guys, is the 9 of Cups. There you go. The 9 of Cups, the 9 of Cups. That's his wish fulfillment. All he wants is his happiness. All he wants is his abundance. All he wants is to count his blessings. That's 9 of Cups. He wants his generosity. He should be proud of the generosity. He should be proud of his luxury. It's all the 9 of Cups. That's all the wish fulfillment. So I said, okay, what about that? The next card out is the Knight of Coins. So he's moving very, very slowly, but very calculatively towards this wish fulfillment. So my next question was, what about the Knight of Cups? Because I wanted to clarify the Knight of Cups in here on purpose, and comes out the Temperance. So he knows that he has to walk very, very carefully, measure his words, measure his actions in the right way with you, Divine Feminine, to really bring back the temperance or the angel of love for the wish fulfillment to happen. Or else, again, things are going to topple. Okay, so he's being very careful, he's being very calculative, he's taking his decisions slowly, but this knight is the knight who reaches the finish line. Yes, he is slow, yes, he is steady, but he is the knight who has a lot of wisdom to know and calculate exactly his words, his understanding, his wisdom, his honesty that he now needs to portray to you, Divine Feminine, in order for you to join hands with him to bring back the Temperance and the Nine of Cups on his table. Okay, now the next card out in here, guys, is talking about, hold on, yeah, it's talking about the Hermit energy. So this is the Hermit energy. This is in the headspace, okay? This is, see, with the Hermit energy and the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles and the Temperance, yes, he's taking his time for the Nine of Cups, because he knows that, again, like I said before as well, he knows one mistake and the whole world will topple. So he has to be very careful. He has to organize himself very well. He has to learn to measure his words, his actions. He wants to talk to you, he should know how to talk to you. If he wants to portray something, he should know how to portray the right way, for which he has to organize himself. And that is exactly what he's doing with the Temperance card as well, where he's learning to temper himself too, very slowly, very methodically, very, very calculatively, guys. He's working on his own headspace. Okay, so I said, okay, what about the Hermit? He's got the Eight of Coins or the Eight of Pentacles. So this is where the story, he's restarting his own life in here, where the reorganization and the refocus is happening because his end goal is the Nine of Cups. Okay, for which he needs you to join him, for which he needs his own balance, for which he needs his own flexibility, which is where he's completely reorganizing, revamping his own situation, even in the 3D, with his money, with his wealth, with his assets, whatever that is required to bring the Nine of Cups on the table. He's reevaluating, he's reworking with complete focus and dedication, tempering and balancing his own emotions and bringing back the right emotion in his life to reach his final destination. And what about that? It is about the rabbit or the new beginning. This is where he is working. This is the new beginning. He's working very slowly, but he is working very carefully towards his own desire, towards his own manifestation, towards his own fertility in here, guys, because this is what he wants. He wants to bring that increase. He wants to multiply. That Nine of Cups should become the 10 of Cups, right? So he wants to multiply that. He wants to fulfill his wish, for which he knows he has to reorganize himself in the right way. Now the next card out, guys, is he's got the Six of Pentacles, okay, which is talking about his wealth, to be generous with his wealth with you, divine feminine, where there is a balance between the give and take, between the two of you. Like you put 2 cents, he puts 2 cents, right? That becomes 4 cents, okay? Where he is going to be paid for what he is worth, okay? Where there is a balance, there is a generosity, there is a sharing of his wealth, there is kindness in him that is coming up in the headspace in here, people. Okay, so I said, okay, what about the Six of Pentacles? He's got judgment. This is the reawakening. This is the second birth. This is the second chance. This is a complete re-evaluation of what he did wrong before, which is where the reorganization is coming up in the headspace. Because he knows for the Nine of Cups to happen and to go to the Ten of Cups, he has to be kind with you. He has to be very, very productively honoring his role in this connection as the divine masculine. So he has to share his wealth. He has to be worth being paid for his worth with you, of what he is actually worth, and bringing back the balance between the give and take to turn this entire situation and take it to the Ten of Cups. Okay, so I said, okay, what about judgment, the bridge, communication? Remember, I said the overall theme of the throat chakra. That's the new vitality in the headspace. Okay, the communication, the unity, the connection, the integration, the overcoming of all the barriers that he had been previously holding in the headspace, the compromise that is happening between or will happen between the two of you, that he is moving forward, he is getting ready to build the bridge between the two of you. And that is happening to him in the headspace. Okay. Now the next card out is the Three of Cups. Look. Okay. Which is where the headspace is coming from. The celebration, the friendship, the reconciliation, the victory, the healing with everything that has gone wrong before. Okay, bringing you back, divine feminine, bringing the tribe back, bringing your friends back, bringing your family back into the picture is all about the Three of Cups. So I said, okay, what about the Three of Cups? He's got the King of Cups. He's holding his unconditional love towards this situation. This is the project in the head. Okay, this is the manifestation of his tenderness, of his kindness, of the forgiveness, of the compassion, of the humility, being very intelligent with his emotions, not being a fool with his emotions, not throwing his emotions all over, but knowing how much emotion he has to give and take to bring back and recreate the right balance in this connection. So I said, okay, what about the King of Cups? He's got the Falcon. Look, he is rising above. This is about the third eye as well. He can see through the entire story. That what he now needs to do. Focusing on his skill, on his strategy, on this transition that is happening in the headspace. Of the changes that he is manifesting in the headspace, because it's very important for him to see through clearly, to know through clearly, to understand very clearly of his ultimate objective that he wants to now bring into focus, for which his liberation is what he's looking at too. So there is a huge lot of things that is going on for the divine masculine in the headspace, and he also knows that he cannot do it alone. He knows that he needs you, divine feminine. And that's where the bridge is with the Six of Pentacles, where he wants to now equally balance this connection in the right way. Okay, the next card out, guys, we have is the Nine of Pentacles. He's got the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles. Very solo energy at the moment because he's getting back himself. So he's, the ultimate focus is the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. But right now, he is first liberating himself. Okay, he's becoming more secured with the Nine of Pentacles. He's coming to the place of manifesting a good income, good resource, of his material wealth becoming more stable and self-sufficient, completing projects that is going to bring him back his reward, but having a lot of gratitude towards this story for himself and with you as well. So I said, okay, what about the Nine of Pentacles? And he's got two cards in here, guys. The Ace of Sword and the Palace of Sword. Look, okay, the Ace of Sword is all about a breakthrough from the Palace of Sword, where there was only mental self-sabotage. Lot of sword. It's called the Palace of Sword in this deck, where there was only sword energy, which was the 8, the 9, the 10 of sword. Okay, the Palace of Sword is all the combination of all these sword energy that he had been sitting with, from which he's relieving himself with the Nine of Pentacles and working towards his own true north, working the Ace of Sword energy, which is the truth, the honesty, the clarity, that he cannot sit in that sword energy anymore. He needs to clear that and get away, relieve himself, liberate himself, bring back his own freedom in himself first. So I said, okay, what about the Ace of Sword and the Palace of Sword? He's got the Nine of Pentacles again. It's a dupe. Look. So this is where he is relieving back himself in the headspace. He doesn't want all that clutter, all that dysfunctional energy anymore in the head. He's clearing his headspace, he's clearing himself, he's clearing his body, his mind, especially his head at this point with that first house and the body for the new beginning. Okay, so I said, okay, what about the Nine of Pentacles? He's got butterfly or metamorphosis. This is where the whole change is happening, guys. He's becoming single, he's getting out, he's liberating himself, he's liberating his headspace, he's liberating the entire story for himself in here, guys. Because right now, his main focus is on himself in the head. Before he moves into the dual energy, like I told you, before he moves into the dual energy of the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, he first has to work on his own head area, which is what he is doing at this point as he is getting back his joy and stability, changing his focus, moving into a new direction to liberate and get back his own freedom. The last card out is the Hierophant in here in the headspace, which is talking about the spiritual guidance, the spiritual authority, the spiritual wisdom, the spiritual structure, which could be that he's taking help of somebody, or that he's getting into the energy of becoming very spiritually motivated and wise, learning his lessons that he has learned, to understand his own intelligence, to unlock the wisdom of his own intelligence through his spiritual guidance. He could be also looking for help. He could be taking help from a therapist, from a teacher, from a minister, from a scholar. If not, he is working on his own headspace in this way. Okay, so I said, okay, what about the Hierophant? And he's got two cards in here, the Sun and the Ten of Sword. Look, we had the Palace of Sword, from where there is a complete metamorphosis, and we have the Sun and the Ten of Sword. So basically, it's a complete surrender to the story of the twin flame. Okay, the Ten of Sword is a complete absolution, a surrender to all the pain, to all the grief, to all the sorrow, which is the motivation of the sun, that is him, the divine masculine, the positive energy, the new energy that is helping him to revive, unlock his own wisdom, to kill that pain, to move towards the new beginning. So I said, okay, what about this too? Then we have the crow, which is the memories, which is the omen, which is the start of the new event, which is remembering the past to clear the past and move into the future. Okay, it's a new event that he knows is happening with this change in the head. That a lot of things are moving out of his life, and he too is able to move out of the old life. He knows that with the crow, that's a very magical spiritual energy from the spirit as well. From the spirit as well, where he knows the omen. He can understand the signs. He can understand the guidance that is following him in the headspace. So I said, okay, what about the crow, Wolverine? Okay, which is talking about when he was in the wild power, or he was caught between a wild power, where he was caught between very unpredictable energies, where he was being very possessive, very assertive about the power struggle. So it could be a power struggle between him and his karmic situation, or it could have been a power struggle between him and you, divine feminine. So he remembers all that from the past. He remembers how he went wrong with you as well, divine feminine, which is the Hierophant bringing back his spiritual wisdom to unlock his spiritual guidance and teach him the right lesson with that crow energy, where he can remember the past and he can now foresee the future of the change that is happening from all the power struggles, from all that elusive behavioral pattern, the unpredictable energies, the fragmented energies that he had been sitting in. So I said, okay, what about the Wolverine? And he gets a stallion, which is again breaking free from that energy. Breaking free from that energy because now he is accepting back his own self. So there is a strong, unbridled, various, that break free kind of an strong emotion, desire that he is working on in the headspace to break free and give himself that power and that liberty to move into a different direction in the headspace. Now, the bottom of the deck for the headspace, guys, is before I move forward, is the Knight of Pentacles and the Empress in here. So he's moving very, very slowly, but very carefully towards you, divine feminine. You are the Empress here. You are the Empress. So he's taking his time. He's having a lot of patience, very steady progress in the head. He's not rushing forward because he doesn't want, like I told you, he doesn't want to goof it up anymore. So he is doing that with lot of practice, lot of patience, very, very steady progress of change, of movement, but not giving up because he's very methodical, very conservative with his pattern of movement now towards you, divine feminine, and you are the Empress here. Or it also could be this fertility, if it's not you as the Empress, but I think it's you because the next card out is the Queen of Cups and then you got the Palace of Cups. So yes, it is you. There is this confirmation here. This is the Palace of Cups. This is the love. This is the Empress. The Queen of Cups is you. Okay, so this is where he wants to come and bring his movement towards, but he's taking his time with regards to giving birth to this love, to this fertility in you, to the story for himself, because he doesn't want to mess it up, guys. So he's going very, very methodically, calculatively, that methodical and calculative energy in the 3D towards giving birth to the story of love, and letting you know. Basically, what I'm getting is he's doing what he has to do, but he's moving very slowly towards letting you know about the change, because he's kind of, because it is that energy, guys, that it is that energy that is telling me that if he comes rushing forward like he did at one point in time, um, you might not like it. You know what I mean? You might not like it and you might just reject it. So that is the reason he is kind of um, not rushing. Okay, he is being very practical this time around. Let me put it that way. He's being very practical. He is being very methodical, even with his finance, with his wealth, assets, whatever that requires his attention for this complete metamorphosis. He is definitely taking his time. So don't get upset, don't get impatient with him, because he is working with his solo energy now, like I told you guys, in the headspace, because his he is having to rework on a lot of things. Remember that. And it's not just about coming and telling you how much he loves you, blah blah blah, he wants to marry you, wants to give you a ring. No, he is putting things in the right perspective. He's putting things in the right way so that he doesn't do the mistake that he did around in the first time, because this time around he is very, very seriously working on himself so that he can do justice to you and for you, divine feminine, is also what I'm getting, guys. Okay, so he's being very, very objectively methodical. But at the same time, he is also bringing back that story of love in the head. But he's not, he's taking his time to let you know that. If you guys can figure that out telepathically, good for you. Okay, but other than that, he will compromise. He's coming to the place, but at this moment, he is taking his time to work around the headspace energy, because everything is there for him. But he knows he has to reorganize, become more stable, become more authoritative. That is what he's working on, and not commit and not repeat that same mistake he did the first time. That's what it is. Okay. Now let's move into the heart area, guys. Okay. The theme in the heart area is seek the truth, toil and labor. So what they are telling him in the heart area is for him to know the truth, he really has to work hard now. There has to be, because he is looking at the truth now. He's moving towards the truth of his own intuition, of his own wisdom, but for which there has to be a lot of effort. Lot of intuitive effort, more so in the heart space too, because his heart has to be in the right place, remember. So for him to seek the truth and move forward with his own intuition and wisdom, he has to work really hard in the heart space, is the story and the theme in the heart. So what they are telling him, it's good that he's doing things in the right way in the head, but his heart also has to equally support this venture for him to move forward. So his heart has to be in the right place, for which he needs to clear out the old garbage. Simple. Okay. The first card out in the heart space, guys, is the Page of Swords. Now, this energy is an energy that me personally, I don't like. Because this energy, a lot of people talk about it as a delay. It also talks about a little bit of stagnation. But apart from that, it is also talking about a very manipulative communication tactics from somebody. It also could be the energy of this divine masculine who had been spying on you before, but had been holding it in the heart. He had not been talking about it, but he had been spying, looking at your social media, Facebook, whatever. He could have been talking to your friends behind your back, but had been very observant about your behavior in the heart. It also could be that. But he was definitely not really communicating about that, or if he did communicate, he might have miscommunicated too. It's a manipulative communication energy for me, the Page of Sword. So I said, okay, what about the Page of Sword? And we get the Emperor. So this is where the energy movement in the heart is happening. He's taking control of this misbehavior. He's taking control. He knows this is an obstacle for him. Okay? This is a challenge because he has already done this story here. Okay? This is a challenge for him, guys. He knows this. But he also knows that he has to clear this energy. As the divine masculine, as the divine emperor in the heart space. This is he has to bring back the right structure. He cannot keep doing that manipulative work. He cannot keep spying on you. He cannot keep deceiving you with not talking right. That kind of an energy. But silently observing your activities. No, he cannot keep doing that. He's more than that. His ascension is as a divine emperor or the masculine figure. He should know how to use his power in the right way in the heart. So I said, okay, what about the emperor? And then we have two cards in here, guys. We got the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So this is where the story, the Nine of Swords. The Page of Swords is also talking to me about that situation in the heart, guys, where he was not communicating to you, but he was misbehaving or manipulating his words because he was ashamed of that Nine of Swords energy, of that pain, the guilt, the movement, the sorrow, everything, which had caught him, where that Seven of Swords, he was not able to find, the Seven of Cups, he was not able to find his way out of that Nine of Swords energy. It was too confusing for him. He could not select the right path towards his dreams because he was holding the Page of Swords energy, that he was totally confused with the Nine of Swords, but there was too much of pain, shame, guilt in him to have come forward to you in the right way and express what he had to express. With the Seven of Cups, he could not find the right option. This is where he's taking charge as the emperor now to move his heart space in the right way. So I said, okay, what about this? The bouquet. Okay, so this is where he's becoming more harmonious, more creative. He's coming to a point of reconciliation in the heart space with you guys because he had been doing too much of wrong tactics in the heart space. Okay, so there is now the contentment, there is now the warmth, there is now the reconciliation that he wants to bring back from that energy as the divine masculine, as the emperor with the force of Mars in him, where they are telling him, okay, this is also what I'm getting, guys. The emperor is the astrological part, is the Mars energy, the force or the Mars energy, which is also talking about the fact that sometimes he could become a bully, which is what he had been doing before. But now he knows he cannot do that anymore. He cannot be a bully anymore. He cannot have that wild power struggles anymore with you. He has to be very, very careful when he communicates with you, what he tells you, how he tells you. It's not the situation that my way or the highway, because at one point after that he got stuck. He could not find to manifest the right approach towards his dreams because of the shame and the guilt, the panic of the Nine of Swords, where he couldn't sleep in the night because he knew what he did. He knew what he did in the past. Because you remember the crow in the brain, in the head area, okay, which is remembering the Mercury retrograde has brought all that into the surface, where he can see the past of his mistakes, of his problems. from where he now wants to move into the reconciliation and change the whole story, because he cannot take this story anymore. He cannot take this story anymore. He now wants to move into the right area because he now knows that it is time for him. It is time for him to do things by right now. To do things by right now. Okay. The next card out he gets is the Knight of Swords. Okay. Now this is the energy that he's developing in the heart space. In the heart space, guys. Okay, so I said, okay, what about the Knight of Swords? He gets the Knight of Swords again, the King of Wands. Okay, am I missing something? Hold on, guys. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he gets the Knight of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the King of Wands with the Knight of Swords. So this is the King of Wands energy in the heart space, guys, that he's now going to take action on his communication with you towards this reconciliation, towards the Six of Cups, his past life situation. Okay, so as the King of Wands, he is ready to manifest that energy. As the Knight of Swords, he's ready to communicate. His heart is ready to talk with you towards the Six of Cups, because he really wants to let you know how much he loves you, how much he cares for you, how much he wants to give you things in the right way, take action on that situation in the heart space. Okay, so I said, okay, what about that? Then he got Magnet. This is where his longing, his desire, he's being pulled, he's being gravitated towards talking with you, towards letting you know about the Six of Cups energy, because he really wants to take action from the heart space towards you, Divine Feminine. So I said, okay, what about the Magnet? He's got the heart. Look, the heart space is the heart, energy of love, of romance, of joy, of bliss, affection, fulfillment with the Six of Cups. That's what he wants to tell you. He wants your forgiveness. He wants to show you his kindness. Wow. Okay, so I said, okay, what about the heart? Anchor. So this is the energy that will make this relationship very stable. And he knows that in the heart. And he's getting the willpower. He's getting that stability. He's getting back that courage to make this happen in the heart. Okay, but I said, okay, what about the anchor? And he's got the child or the beginnings. He wants to start this connection fresh in the heart. He's ready. He's getting ready for it, guys. His heart is longing for this connection, for this talk, for this communication. Okay, as his mind is working on that solo energy, his heart is opening up to this connection because he really wants to change everything from his heart now. The next card out, guys, is called Justice. Look at this. Karma. By right, doing things by right, honesty, truth, integrity of what you have reaped or what you're going to reap today is what you have sowed a long time back. And what did he sow? He sowed his past life connection. He sowed his twin flame journey. That's what he's going to reap back now in the heart, and he knows that. I said, okay, what about the Justice? He's got the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. This is the divine inspiration. This is where he's being divinely inspired towards you, Queen of Pentacles, with the Death card, where he wants to change the whole situation and go towards justice. Move towards justice now, because this is where the story is changing. So I said, okay, what about the Death Lion becoming heart-centered? Because see, earlier he was not heart-centered. He really wasn't heart-centered, for which there was a lot of problem. There had happened, all those problems had happened, guys, is because things he was doing was not from his heart. He was not heart-centered. He wasn't heart-centered, and that is why he had the Page of Sword energy, and which he now knows that he needs to move out, and his heart is yearning to talk to you. He's being pulled towards you towards the situation because he really wants to talk to you. He really wants to communicate with you. He really wants to show you how much he cares and loves you. As simple as that. The next energy is the Three of Cups. Again, you got the Three of Cups here in the head, you got the Three of Cups in the heart. Again, the reconciliation. So I said, okay, what about the Three of Cups? The Ten of Pentacles. Boom, from the Three of Cups, he moves straight into the Ten of Pentacles in the heart. This is where he is becoming heart-centered because this is where justice for him is. His seeds of love. Remember I just said? His seeds of love that he had sowed before, he now wants to really bring that into fruition. He wants to build that family life with you, Divine Feminine. And this is a story that is coming to you from his heart space, guys. Okay, beautiful. So I said, okay, what about the Ten of Pentacles, the eagle? He knows to do this, he has to challenge his old status quo. He has to change everything around him. And he's now getting a clear perspective of what has happened in the past, what is happening in the present, and what is going to happen in the future. He's making the long-term goals in the heart space, guys. In the heart space, he's working on that Ten of Pentacles energy for which he's making plans. He's working towards that future goal. He's moving in the right direction because he's thinking very long time from the heart. From the head, he's thinking about himself right now so that from the heart, he can build the long-term goal, the long-term perspective. Okay. The next card out is the Sun, guys. Beautiful energy of the Divine Masculine in the heart. Okay. So he's doing things. He's working very objectively in the heart. Very positive energy of the Sun in the heart as he's looking at the long term, as he's looking at the past, as he's looking in the present, as he's looking into the future. Very positively. So I said, okay, what about the Sun? Again, you get the Three of Cups. Guys, the Three of Cups and the Page of Cups. So this is where the story is. He wants to move positively into this connection again. He wants to come through, apologize maybe if he has to, but he has to give that positive vibration into this state of reconciliation with you, Divine Feminine, the offer that could be anything that he now wants to make, but has to be very positively motivated for you to take that offer from him. And he knows that. So I said, okay, what about that? The Devil. See, this is the King of Earth or the King of Pentacle energy. Becoming more resourceful, becoming more conservative, becoming more disciplined, becoming more ambitious, that he wants to, the Sun energy. Okay, becoming more ambitious, becoming more prudent, because he has his eyes from his heart in the long-term place. He is not looking for it today or tomorrow. He's looking at it objectively for his coming years from the heart. So I said, okay, what about the King of Earth, Stepping Stone? This is where he's starting to build his own story for the long term, for the future goals, guys. I said, okay, what about the Stepping Stone? Ripe, fertility, giving birth to it, fulfillment, bringing back that stability, being very powerfully compassionate, bringing back that situation in the heart in the right way, guys, because this is the energy that he is looking at objectively from the heart space so that he can fulfill and manifest what he is looking for towards his future goals with you, Divine Feminine. Okay, so if you do not hear from him right away, Please know, as I said, that this is what he's working towards, and he's becoming more stable as his days are working, as he is working with his own energies to bring back his life in the right track, on the right track. Because don't forget, wish fulfillment and on track, as I told you. This is the ultimate goal of his mind, because that he knows, as soon as he can work on that, as soon as he can, because he's moving out of the old karmic trench, he's moving into his north node. He's coming to the place of following his heart, of following his dreams, of following his ambition. He has to do things by right. That's the energy here. Okay. Now let's move into the 3D environment energy, guys. He's got the third eye chakra and the distant horizon. Do I need to explain that? No. He's working on his future. From the heart into the present, into the physical energy, into the environment. He's opened his third eye chakra so that he can see his future in the distant and what he now needs to do, how he now needs to move. He is completely envisioning the future in the 3D with you, Divine Feminine. And that is why the environment is giving him the permission to open himself up and move himself in the right way. Very important. Very important, because now he is completely focused on his future path. Not tomorrow, not today, not tomorrow, not 3 days later. No, he's looking at the next 10 years, maybe. That's what I'm trying to say here, or more. Okay, so with this card, the first card out, guys, you get is the Four of Cups, which is the missed opportunity in the 3D, in the environment. Where the three dented cups had been in front of him, and he had been sitting and pouring his emotions on the three dented cups. Okay, so I said, okay, what about the Four of Cups? And this is what he gets. He gets the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Swords. Okay, so these two cards together, guys, clearly tells me that because of the Four of Cups energy, because of the missed opportunity, the disappointment, he's blaming himself with the Nine of Swords today, that he did not think right at one point in time, because with the third eye chakra, he can clearly see his own mistake now. That how stupid he was. He was very, very clearly being stupid with the Four of Cups, because he did not manage to manifest the Ace of Wands, because he got caught in the Nine of Swords energy, and he was being burdened with all the pain and the panic and the anxiety of all the shame and the guilt that he could not manifest the new spark or the beginning of this beautiful connection in the 3D, because like I told you, he was pouring his heart out on the three dented cups, and he forgot about the fourth cup. That was you, Divine Feminine. He completely forgot about the fourth cup because he was too focused on what he did not get, rather than being focused on what was with him and enjoying that story. No, he could not. So I said, okay, what about this? Now he's got the Magician. This is where the things are changing. Communication is going to come in. Taking inspired action on that Nine of Swords energy. Okay, with his ideas, with his thoughts, could be talking to people as well around him. Could be talking to his friends or for guidance, counseling, anything. So I said, okay, what about the Magician? He is getting into a state of equilibrium from the Four of Cups energy, where he was very disappointed, very clearly disappointed, because he could not take action with you in the right way, when he had that opportunity, guys. And that made him very sad because he could not forgive himself for his wrongdoing. Okay, now the next card out is the King of Pentacles. Beautiful energy of the divine masculine, where he is getting back into shape with his stability, with his confidence, with his equilibrium, with his balance, with everything becoming more harmonious, generosity, harvesting new radiance in his life. So I said, okay, what about the King of Pentacles? And I got here the High Priestess and the Three of Pentacles. So basically, whatever the secrets he had been holding in his life, he's reworking on himself, building back his own karma very intuitively, collectively, with his conscious programming now of what he was programmed to do, and now what he is being programmed to do is lifting the secrets that he had to build back himself, unloading the burden that he was carrying in his environment, okay, where he had not been talking about it perhaps to people, but now, he is kind of getting ready to build back his own karma, or the new karma with the Three of Pentacles, because he can clearly see his mistake from the past and he doesn't want to repeat this again. So he's starting the work with the Three of Wheels, and then we have the Seven of Wands, where he knows there will be challenges, where he knows there will be a lot of fight, kind of a situation that he might have to face because he is liberating himself from an old situation. So there will be challenges, there will be hungry people who will come to take his food away or his money away, and he will have to defend his territory. He will have to protect his own resources, and he will not give it away to the hungry wolves, because what he is now building back will be for you and him. And that is where the King of Pentacles is coming into the picture, where he is reworking on his money, confidence, and assets. So I said, okay, what about the Seven of Wands? He's got the Five of Pentacles. See, because the poverty has happened. Somebody has taken away his money, his health, his assets, his wealth. That left both of you out in the cold because he could not protect you from those fiery, feisty wolves which had attacked him. That in turn took away his stuff, and that in turn left both of you miserable. Five of Pentacles is feeling completely out in the cold, miserable, no food, no money, no shelter. That kind of a feeling. Spiritually poor, emotionally poor, financially poor, from which now he's, this is the challenge. He knows that the Five of Pentacles that he has put this connection into is his challenge that he will now have to work for and rebuild himself as the King of Pentacles, very, very clearly getting back his wisdom in the right way and working in the right way now. Okay, so I said, okay, what about this story? He's got Island, which is being solo, lonely in the 3D as well. I said, okay, what about the Island? Wheel of Fortune, that is changing, or that is on the road to changing. I said, okay, what about the Wheel of Fortune book? He's gathering his knowledge. He's becoming more knowledgeable. He's learning more things. He's becoming more educated, more philosophically a more philosophically intellectual person, because he's learning about the whole story of what has happened here. So I said, okay, what about the books? Now he's being very careful of what he's going to do. Archer, okay, of how he's going to move, how direct and precise he can be with you, how carefully he has to aim towards the target that he has in mind. With the Archer, he gets the Emperor. That's where the Emperor energy is coming in. Okay, that's where the King of Fire is, which is talking about the King of Pentacle and the King of Wand energy in the 3D. Because now he knows that he has to be very, very careful because somebody has left him high and dry, which is where he needs to come back in the right shape, people. And that is the challenge because this situation has to be revived. This situation of the twin flame has to be revived, where both you guys have been left out single, where both you guys have been feeling cold. This situation the karma has to end. A new karma, new destiny has to begin, which is learning about how to do it, but being very careful as he takes action on the story moving forward in the environment here, guys. Okay. Now, the next card out is we have the Lover's energy, which is again talking about balance, talking about bringing back harmony, peace, everything. Bringing back this relationship that is very spiritually orchestrated, if I may say so. So I said, okay, what about the lovers? And he's got the Two of Wands. See, this is the planning for the future. This is the planning in the 3D. You know, how he can move with you, Divine Feminine, instead of both of you guys fighting with each other, but in a very harmonious way. So I said, okay, what about the Two of Wands? He's got the Queen of Cups because he wants you. He wants this energy with you guys. He wants to plan with you too. Because he knows as the Queen of Cups, and he had the King of Cups in the head. As the Queen of Cups in the 3D, you will be able to give him back that unconditional love, that nourishment, that nurturing that he needs. I said, okay, what about the Queen of Cups that he now knows with temperance, he will have to balance his own attitude if he wants to plan the future with you. He has to be in a very balanced state with regards to the Four of Wands because if he wants that security, that happiness with you, he needs to be in total balance for himself as well as with you in order for both of you to come towards that commitment of love, peace, harmony, and security in the 1111 form. Okay? So I said, okay, what about this? Boom, he gets the third person or the karmic situation. Okay, because see, this area, this karmic situation prevails not in the mind, not in the heart. It prevails in the 3D because this situation is still existing for him in the 3D. So I said, okay, what about the third person? There is where his attitude is changing towards this third party or karmic situation where he's becoming very independent. He's spending time alone. He's becoming very cool and collective with regards to his attitude. He's also not overimposing, but imposing and becoming powerful to let this third party or karmic know that they cannot mess around with him anymore in the 3D. Okay, so I said, okay, what about the moose? And he gets the bellows. Okay, he gets the bellows, which is where the situation is changing because he's moving towards a different path altogether here. Okay, because he's getting that spark, he's getting the flames, he's getting the passion, he's getting the understanding of what? Of his destiny, of his spirituality, of his divine guidance. Everything that is coming, the necessity, the convictions that he now needs, the crisis he has faced before towards his duty that he did has to change. His spirituality is guiding him towards his own destiny with you, Divine Feminine. With you, this is where this balance of love, of the twin flame with temperance and the Queen of Cups and the Four of Wands, he's working on this long-term thing here with you guys. But, like I said, he has the third party karmic in the picture, in the 3D, which is where his whole self is undergoing a change because he's pushing these people out of his way to turn back himself, independent, being alone, being very cool, collective, calm, because he's getting that kind of spark and passion that is now going to lead him towards his future destination. With the Lover's card, with you, Divine Feminine. The next card out is the Seven of Pentacles. So I said, okay, what about the Seven of Pentacles? See, this is what he is investing his time in the 3D, where he is really making this project now grow. He is working on this new project. I said, okay, what about that? It's the sun energy. He's got the sun here. He's got the sun here. Did he have the sun in the head? Yes, he did have the sun here too. So he has got the sun in the head, he's got the sun in the heart, and he's got the sun in the environment, which is the total divine masculine structure. So I said, okay, what about the sun? He has got the wisdom. This is the positive. This is the positive flow of his energy in the entire story, with the sun coming into the picture, because that's the new vitality. That's the new beginning. That's the death. That is a transition. That is a transformation from the north node and the south node in here, guys, where he's leaving the old karmic situation. So he's moving out. So this is the entire story of the whole picture in here with the sun card. The last card out is the Three of Wands, okay, which is where his manifestation is starting. So I said, okay, what about the Three of Wands? He's got the Knight of Swords. He wants to talk. He wants to communicate. He's making a plan towards his entire story in the 3D. So I said, okay, what about the Knight of Swords? The Six of Cups. Oh, that's what he wants. He wants his connection to blossom. The Six of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. A new connection in the tangible world. That is what he is his stepping stone to success with the Three of Wands. How he talks to you, how he is manifesting his dreams. He's waiting for the ships, but he started to work on the story. Okay, so I said, okay, what about that? The Ten of Pentacles. So here you go. He's got the Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. The long term, the long term, the long term. There you go. It's the 3D energy as well, the long term. So I said, okay, what about the Ten of Pentacles, the Five of Cups? See, this is the learning lesson of the past. This is the whole story. This is what he wants to tell you. The Knight of Swords is making a plan because he has learned his story that he could not manifest anything because he got stuck in the Five of Cups energy. Now he wants to move from there. He wants to re-establish a plan. That's where he's moving towards with the Knight of Swords. He's got in the head, he's got in the heart and in the 3D, where he's now manifesting, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, where he's now manifesting the whole story. The Prince of Fire or the Knight of Wands, bringing back the temperance. Because, excuse me, earlier he could not do it, guys. Now he is having to change the whole story. I think I've been talking constantly here. Sorry. The bottom of the deck for the environment energy is the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Okay. So this energy in the 3D is a little stuck because he's planning. He's moving, right? He's working on the long-term goal. So he's not going to come to you right now. He's waiting. He's moving very calculatively. It's a stuck energy because he's clearing a lot of things. So he wants justice here. So he is planning on working things objectively now. Okay, but it's a stuck energy in the 3D at the moment, guys. But wait for a while and we'll see what happens in the 3D. But as of now, till the 25th, he's not going to be able to work with you at the moment in the 3D because he's taking his time to work on himself, to clear his own path, to bring back his own vitality for the long term. For the long term. So he's going to take his time. So give him some time, guys, and we'll keep checking the energies as we move forward. But as of now, this is what I have for you. So enjoy the reading, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, until we see you once again with another energy check going forward. Till then, take care. Goodbye. God bless. Khuda Hafiz.